right, so we're here on Jekyll Island. This has become one of my favorite places to go, spend time at the beach, and you're going to find out why. Jekyll Island has a long, rich history, and when I say rich history, I mean very rich. We're talking Rockefellers, Goodyears, J.P. Morgan, the Vanderbilts. They all had places here. They had their summer cottages here in the late 1800s and early 1900s. It's a beautiful place to visit with a lot of history, but now the state of Georgia bought this area in 1947, and now even common folks like me, and they don't get more common than I am. Now we can all enjoy Jekyll Island, and you're going to see why you should.
At one point, the Jekyll Island Club was the most prestigious club in the world. Their members included names like Rockefeller, Pulitzer, Goodyear, Morgan, Vanderbilt, and more. At the turn of the century, its members represented 1/6 of the world's wealth. Of course, we couldn't have all those rich folks hanging out in one spot during World War II, so they shut down the club and sold it to the state of Georgia for just $675,000 in 1947. Even back then, that must have been coupon day. I also have a personal connection to Jekyll Island. My 11th great-grandfather was Thomas Barnhouse Jekyll, a Bacchic, wherever that is, so I literally have Jekyll blood. Yet, whenever I stopped folks and told them to get their butts off my family's island, they just ignored me and went back to calling 911. While the historic district is the focal point of the island with the Grand Jekyll Island Club and all the rich folks' cottages that simple folks like myself would call mansions, the other hub of activity on the island is the Convention Center area. I got my first journalism award at the Convention Center 34 years ago, and there was not much of anything in this area then. The Convention Center itself was, well, kind of a dump. But now it's a beautiful modern facility, and there are just enough shops and restaurants for everyone, and they all blend nicely with the island atmosphere. Now, along nearly all of the Atlantic shoreline are vast beaches, few of which get covered by high tide the way many do on St. Simon's. There are plenty of public beaches that are just as nice as the ones behind the handful of hotels with clean sand and seaweed-free water. It does cost $10 to drive onto the island, which helps keep the crowds decent and manageable. In fact, I might have been the only riffraff on the island all week. Now, one tip on the beaches. The waves are consistent and predictable, which makes them great for kids who like boogie boarding and skim boarding, and for grown folks like me who enjoy extreme water sports, such as sitting on a tube. However, the ocean is more like a little lake at low tide, so if you want wind and waves, you need to hit the beach anywhere from 2 hours before to 2 hours after high tide. St. Simon's has more places to eat, some outstanding restaurants like The Porch, where we had lunch before going on to Jekyll. But Jekyll has some great spots to eat too, such as Corridor Z, the Wee Pub, Sunrise Grill, and Tortuga Jack's, while the Jekyll Market has a nice deli and barbecue shack, as well as limited groceries if you can do your own cooking, with prices on steak better than I can get back home. Now, what's there to do? Well, that's up to you. You can see all the historic sites. You can bike on more than 20 miles of paved paths that go around the island through public areas and the woods. You can see the natural wonders like Driftwood Beach, which is where they filmed scenes for the musical version of The Color Purple. You can fish on the beach or the Clam Creek Pier on the intercoastal side of the island. You can kayak, you can golf, you can mini golf, you know what? If you're bored here, well, maybe you're not the island type. And that's okay. It means you're weird, but okay. Most importantly, and best of all, by state law, 65% of Jekyll Island must remain undeveloped in its natural state forever. To paraphrase Taylor Swift, we are never, ever, ever turning this into the next Redneck Riviera.
So that's kind of Jekyll Island in a nutshell. It's one of our favorite places to go. It's quiet. It's very nice here. So much of this island is protected and natural. It has to, by law, has to stay that way. So I hope no developers pulling funny tricks or anything, trying to turn this into a bunch of ugly skyscrapers and stuff. But it's a beautiful island. It's a great place to be on the beach. And now, if you'll excuse me, I don't have time to sit here and make videos all day. I got work to do. Oh, and thank you for your attention to this matter.